and debris removed, let's say 90, so it's 120, within 120 days by the lien owner or mortgagee.
I'm sorry, so you wanted 90 days?
90 days.
Or an additional 30?
30.
By the,
Yeah.
if there's a lien holder.
Okay. Or additional, okay, by 90 days, or by the lien holder or mortgagee within 30 days, that there is no reasonable probability that the building will be repaired within a reasonable period of time. If additional time is given, if the building is not repaired, now we're going to say the full,
Within 90 days.
within 90 days, in the full conformance of section 3.07.004 of the River Oaks Code of Ordinances.
Can we say
2006.
2020 there, sir?
Huh?
Where it says 2006, it's my error, it needs to say 2020.
20. Ordinances 2020, the building shall be demolished. The order of the substandard fee of $150 will be paid upon permit issued. Certificate of occupancy will not be final until substandard fees are fully paid. So you got 90 days.
All of that in 90 days.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second to approve the motion to allow the owner of 636 Sheeny to bring that house up to standards within within 90 days. And if he doesn't, he'll get an extra 30 days if it's a lien holder or mortgage. And if that doesn't happen, then it can be ordered to be demolished. Is that all you need?
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Understand, this property you got at the back crosses so many lines of our ordinance. Shared property, multifamily, you know, we call them grandmother houses or mother-in-law houses, so understand this is pretty complicated for everybody that's going to be involved. It may not pass.
Mr. Charles, could you get with me before that hearing so I can go over everything with you?
Sure. What is the 3rd or 4th of October, is that right?
It's 10.
10th? Yes, absolutely.
But you'll be out of town, Marvin, the 5th or the 7th?
Yeah, I know, but I'll be here the 10th.
Okay.
Just to get the order.
Okay, moving on.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you buying it off front, but you get your rolling permits on the other stuff.
Yeah.
We're going into item number 10, consider approval of renewal and amendment of funding with Tarrant County for Roberts Cutoff and Merritt Street construction. I guess Gordon's got this.
Mayor Pro Tem and Council, we have before you updated IOLAs for Roberts Cutoff and Merritt Street. Last year, about this time, we presented to you, and we had an expiration date on them with Tarrant County's budget year, and with the delays with the Atmos, looks like we're going to run into that expiration date. So Tarrant County staffing asked us that we submit these renewal requests to you and get those in front of you. It's basically the same agreements that you agreed to last year as far as the funding amounts, and this will allow us to keep on working without any hiccups with Tarrant County to finish Roberts Cutoff and also start Merritt Street. And I'll be glad to answer any questions on them. They're the same documents. I provided you the original documents in your package along with the new interlocal agreements.
Nothing's changed, they're just needing more time. This is about to expire.
That's it. Now, to give a brief update on projects, we are on Roberts Cutoff again, and the county is working. We should be having this one section cemented and moving on to the second by the 26th of the month. So, looks like hopefully about mid-October we can be finished with Roberts Cutoff and on to Merritt Street.
Do they have to finish the gas lines on Merritt first?
Yes, sir, but they're scheduled to be finished with Merritt by the end of the month for sure.
And are they doing our whole, I mean, I see new holes and new streets everywhere, so are they doing most of our city, or do you know?
No, they're only doing the streets that we have listed in the program, and some of those had asphalt already, and so that's how they're doing the special core drilling and staying behind the curb, resetting those cores, and then once they get those cores reset, then we'll have the new coating put on top, our final.
But like, aren't they digging a lot of Blackstone now too? Or at least there's flags out, I don't, you know.
No, Blackstone that I'm aware of, unless there's
Well, no, there's some flags on Blackstone, maybe it's somebody else. It scares me though when I see our new pavement and I see spray paint and they're wrapped stuff.
It's
spray paint, I've seen. As if they're going to cut them. Maybe they're not, maybe they're just writing themselves notes.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna go out there and guard them.
We're gonna take steps. You take
I
part.
mean, I hated seeing they dug those holes right from the school, we just got all that done.
Yes, sir. I've already experienced some of their core replacement back, and then they're doing a fantastic job with that, getting them sealed, and then hopefully when we cover those up with the new coating, the final coating on that. That's the reason we delayed that coating.
Okay.
What's the
Got a question?
Go ahead.
No, I was just asking, what is the timeline for merit? If they begin in mid-October, you think it'll take how long?
Let's see, the width of merit's what always gets off in October. With the holiday schedule and everything, I would say probably mid-February.
And so, do we, bear with this question, do we have any say in anything they're doing, like the quality of their work, or?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's not good. I mean, I really, it's frustrating to watch how they fill in the holes they dig, and it makes it worse. And so the cars are all going around and driving on the wrong side of the road because they fill in their potholes so tall. And then they may go down a little bit, but then there's like a big gap. It's,
The
I don't know.
clarification is, are you, Atmos, is that what you're?
I don't know if it's Atmos or this,
It's Adams she's talking
the
about.
company, oh. So who comes in and fills in? If Atmos has to dig a hole to insert something,
Then Atmos,
fills it in?
no, they hire a general contractor to do it, and the general contractor has to give a permit, and it has the specifications on how they do it, and which is Atmos's
Well, do
specifications.
they ever come in and inspect their work afterwards?
That I don't know. They have a field inspector, and they got the permit. We inspect it, if we find a problem, we call back, a significant problem. But if it's a street that's scheduled for a replacement, we're moving on with replacement instead of waiting on, unless it's a huge traffic hazard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's not gonna be top notch, but unless I'm just being overly picky, it just seems like merit is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And to me, it just seems like just, lack of care of what they're doing in the meantime, because I guess they have a bigger picture they're working towards.
That particular contractor, we've had some problems with him, and we had to push him along. Unfortunately, merit should already be done, but when they got to the boulevard, they found that the gas main that they were tying into was about 18 inches under pavement, and they need to get that get that down, so they're having to turn the boulevard up. And yes, I've already been on to the Atmosfield rep about a couple of properties there. It's getting out of hand, and they're received today the permit for the guy that's going back in there and start to backfill and fill these hoses. Yes, I would agree with that.
Some of them that are filled though, aren't they, just
Temporary fill.
temporary fills?
I know it's temporary, but it's not temporary on the cars that exactly.
Well, and we're running into other problems out there also. The temporary stop signs have been stolen. The whole stop sign pole has been stolen twice, and then they stole the sign pole the last time. Meriden, Ohio Garden. And it's our sign. We actually provided it for them to help them out.
And Black Oak, that one's
Yeah, it's Black Oak. It's Black Oak, Merritt. Merritt, Black Oak.
Walmart.
That makes sense.
So I still have a question, if it's okay to ask. So, Councilperson Turner, she
kind of address my issue of, because I'm a resident of Merritt, so